This video is about NouxCloud release notes September 2022. My name is Juha Kurkela. I'm a product owner of NouxCloud. So, in this release we have quite a lot of new features coming in. So let's go through these. These are now divided so that new cloud features, new edge features, and then some smaller improvements. So, new cloud features. First we have advanced data visualization. If I take a look at NouxCloud and let me open a basic dashboard here. As you can remember, these panels are working such that they are snapping to grid and they are not overlapping and stuff like that. So what we have added here, if I go to another dashboard, we have added a possibility to create these kind of images and advanced dashboards in NouxCloud. So basically what we can do here, as you can see, I have multiple panels on top of each other, and this is real data. This is coming from the machines, in this case simulated data. Actually here I can show you. By the way, this is the one new feature also. We now have this previews and next buttons here, so I have last 6 hours selected. I will go back and I will go back one more, and here you can see, because this is the state indicator, so it's showing that something has actually changed. Okay, but so basically this is a very big feature. I will not go into details how this works, but you can see it so that you have both here some new new toggles, new settings, how to handle the background feature, and also then here if I open this single panel, there is this new tab, this visual, and here are some selections that you can control what will be shown. But like I said, we will have a separate session of how this whole thing works, because it's way too difficult to go into now during this release note session. Okay. And at the same time we have added this multiple link buttons in one panel. So here you can see I have a link buttons here, and I have now 2 buttons. Previously it was only possible to have 1 button, but as you can see now I can add here unlimited amount. Basically I can also control that how wide it's going to be, for example like this. Oh, sorry. Like this, and then I can also control that are they side by side or is there a line break after. So that's a new one also. If I take a look at this the next one, dynamic panel visibility. So let me jump to a more simple dashboard here. So again, the use cases for this dynamic panel visibility, there are basically 2 use cases. One is, as you can remember from installed base filter, that if I have a same machine or a machine with the same data model in multiple locations, I can use the installed base filter to jump between them, and these or these are the same. But what happens in a situation if we have a if we have some small differentiations in the data model, for example, that we couldn't get this operating hours from one machine. So here again in the settings we have this panel visibility. It means that we can set conditions when to hide this. So basically here I can make it set on some node value, but I can also make it so that if there's no data, it will then hide this panel. That's one use case. Another use case is that if, let's say that we have a in one location we have 10 machines, in another we have 5, and we have built such a dashboard that it will show something from all those 10 machines. For example, one same value from all those 10 machines. So we can make a dashboard that shows all those 10 and then put to those panels a condition that if it doesn't have data, then hide it. Then we can jump to another location, and there we only would have 5. So that is the use case of this feature. Okay, some more these panels and graphical stuff. Scatter option, we have added it here. If I open this one, as you can see, I have here line and bar options now in use, but we now have here a scatter option also. So if I put this one to scatter, you can see that it will now only draw dots. It's not combining those with line. I can do the same for the bar also. So, well, the scatter is pretty basic option in multiple data visualization softwares, and now we have it also. But at least one good point is that if you don't have data, now when we are drawing lines, if there's a gap that this, we have a data point here and we have a data point here, it will now draw a line between them if we are using the line option. But with scatter, we can actually make it visible that there's a gap in the data, so it's not automatically combining them with the line. Okay. And then what we have is multiple color thresholds. So, for example, here, if I open this one, this panel, you can see that I have already used some value mappings or color mappings here in the settings. So this will show that if this is a maximum value 48, then we have percentages that how these go. So first of all, we can now add more than just 3 colors here, for example like this. So if I keep adding these numbers and commas, more colors will appear. So now we can have more than 4. And by the way, at the same time, you can see here, because we are always aiming at 100%. So if this sum is not equivalent to that 100, then it will give you a notification. So let me fix that one like that. And then we also have a gradient option. So I can put this on and select here that okay, these ones are red, and then we will go to the green one, and depending on how close we are again to the minimum and maximum, it will change this color gradually. So starting from the red and then the pure green, or this color that I have selected here. Okay. Then change panel type. It means that previously, or let's say that if we add a new panel and select one, for example single panel, if you are doing this job, it's quite difficult here to say that what type of panel we are using. So is this now from this page I cannot say is this a graph panel or a single panel. So in the settings we now have here shown what is the panel type, but in addition to showing it, we can also change it here. So I can I started with a single panel, but now I select this graph panel, and I will be now doing a graph panel. So it's possible to change the panel type via those settings. Okay, that was basically everything on the visualization side, or the new features. In the data flow, we have some new stuff. So we have, for example, new blocks. So if I start a new one, we have this getting alerts, or we have alarm fetching via data flow. So here we have a get alerts block, and we can get this alert from a certain node, or a certain amount of alerts from a certain node, and a certain amount of time back. Also, we have added these kind of new kinds of counters that are now possible to use in the data flow. If we go to new edge features, we have something there also. So this OPC UA tag duplicate notification, I will not now demonstrate it because I don't have such a gateway here, but basically what that means is that, for example, with here with that OPC UA, if we have already added a for example this counter here, and now if you would go browsing there and try to add it second time, it would ask that, hey, do you really want to add it? You already have it here, so you will get a notification of it. And then this export import with data flow. So as you remember, we already have here these that we can export and import existing settings, but previously they excluded data flow. Now it's included. So if you have a configured edge here, for example this OPC UA, and it would have some kind of data flows active, exporting it would also include the data flows. And then log tab, we can see it here also, but let me change to another edge that we have in our demo system. So this now we can start it by selecting this one, and then we get some kind of messages that what's actually happening there. And why we are getting these kind of now is that this isn't actually on, or the data source it's not on that we are connecting to, but basically you start getting this kind of so it's a messages. So it's a bit easier to define that if you don't get data, what is wrong there. And also good to notice, like here, we have something that's coming directly from our system, and then we have something that's coming from the protocol it's trying to read, like for example here S7. So this is just showing what the S7 is saying. Okay. Then if we go to smaller improvements, so alerts affected by data filter and node selection. It means here that in the dashboards previously, if we had a alert list, for example here, we couldn't select that where are those coming. It shows all the alerts you have in all the nodes you have connected here, but now I can start filtering it. Okay, show only alerts from this node. So it's now possible to filter them more specifically. User without role notification. It means that if you are creating, let me jump here. In the settings, we have user. Yes. So when we create a new user, we should always assign some kind of role to them. But sometimes it happens so that we forget it, and then the user is not. It's just wondering that why can't they see anything even though they can log in. So basically now, if there's not a role selected, the user will get a notification that the role is not selected. So then you know that to add that one. Table postmath expression. Again, I jump to dashboards. So that means that if we create a table panel or add a table panel here, I can add a node. Let me select something here, and then let's, for example, add a temperature. So it will now show these temperatures from or that variable called temperature. So now we also have a postmath expression here, and I can do some calculations. So as you can see, I just now added every value a 10. So it is now possible. And then finally, panel condition harmonization. It basically means that when we have possibility to add some kind of condition here to the variable, that for example show this only if some other variable is larger than 0 or something like that, then there were some differentiations between these lists. Some panels had more and some had less. They are now all harmonized, all have the same operators to be used. Okay, that was basically it. Thank you for your attention, and we will get back once we have released something else.